Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Hi, folks. Welcome back. And those of you that are new, welcome. Well. Just when you think these people couldn't get any loonier. I mean, if I saw this, say, a year or two ago, I'd think it was a Babylon Bee story. As we all know, Babylon Bees like the old onion before the onion lost their coulions. Now, having said that, she's serious. I don't know if it's a alcohol-induced weak moment, or more likely is the fact that she's nuts. These people are all nuts. They live in this bubble. They have no clue what it's like to be an average American. What is she worth? 200 million now, whatever it was? It's funny, they go after Trump for supposedly faking the worth of his property to a bank, but yet they can make tens and hundreds of millions of dollars for insider trading, and they call him a crook. But I digress. After forcing Biden out, guess where Pelosi wants to put him? Now, you probably knew from the thumbnail, she thinks he belongs on Mount Rushmore.
Whoops, there it goes. Yep, my brain stopped.
You gotta be kidding me. Give Nancy Pelosi credit for chutzpah. It has been over 2 weeks since the infamous former House Speaker and octogenarian Democrat power broker that's a great line, played a widely publicized role in forcing out old Joe Biden to end his bid to remain in the White House until he is no longer even remembered now how to press and play his old Matlock DVDs. Well, I happen to like Matlock, but anyway. Now, however the deed is done, and Pelosi can afford to be gracious in victory, she is recommending, apparently with a straight face, that the Sioux Nation be further outraged by the addition of old Joe's cheesy mug to Mount Rushmore. I like how he puts that. Pelosi, Democrat from Smirnoff's vodka. She's really from San Francisco. Made the ludicrous recommendation Sunday, asserting that the corrupt and dementia-ridden old kleptocrat had been seeing such a consequential president of the United States, a Mount Rushmore kind of president. Oh, God. You know, FDR, I'm not real thrilled about. Teddy Roosevelt, I admire him personally. His politics at the time were considered really progressive. But, of course, as most lefties do, after he was gone, they just piled on and made it worse. But anyway, if a new section of Mount Rushmore were open to feature a rogues gallery of catastrophically wrong-headed American last presidents, then yeah, old Joe would be front and center. I think Woodrow Wilson is the worst president in the 20th century. In George Washington's position, cheek by jowl with Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and Jimmy Carter. Of course, that was not what Pelosi had in mind. She was actually claiming that Biden deserves a place among America's presidential heroes. Dun, dun, dun.
Whoops, there it goes. Yep, my brain stopped.
You have Teddy Roosevelt up there, and he's wonderful. I don't say take him down, but if you can't, add Biden, she said. It's unclear why Pelosi would even bring up the possibility of replacing the Rough Rider for all of his virtues as one of the progressive pioneers who began enacting big government policies that have done so much damage to the nation. He did do a lot of stuff for the Park Service. That one I'll give him. It's even more unclear why Pelosi would believe, or at least want us to believe, that old Joe has been a great president. He hasn't even been president at all. If someone else has been pulling the strings, that's true. Actually, if you look down deep in the core of what he believes Joe Biden, he is a moderate. It's true whether you believe it or not. You know, inflation has skyrocketed. Southern border has become no more than a line on a map, and billions of dollars of American weaponry were given to the Taliban, and American tax dollars have continued to flow to them. That's true. Russia was emboldened to attack Ukraine and Hamas to attack Israel. Those are both also true. If Trump was there, do you think the Palestinians would have done that October 7th attack on Israel? Not a chance in hell. Same goes with Ukraine. That's the part that Democrats don't like. Trump's crazy. You don't know what the hell he's going to do. Well, when it comes to world events and our geopolitical enemies, not knowing what the hell he's going to do, believe me, is a great, great thing to have in your personality. They're scared of him. Does Pelosi know all that? Of course she does. As a chief Washington insider for decades, she knows all about it. And she was almost certainly knows much more than old Joe's disastrous record, information that you and I don't know. That's true. There are two possibilities. The most obvious is that Pelosi is like any other Democrat top dogs, is trying to fool the American people into trusting her rather than the evidence of their daily lives. She is trying to make us think that despite all appearances to the contrary, Biden has been a great president. I wish the guy well, I really do. It's the Christian part of me. I don't wish him any harm. If they had let Trump win, the Democrats would have been a lot better off. They would have had 4 years to pound on Trump and all the disastrous things that COVID did. They weren't his fault, but he would get blamed anyway. And if any economic disasters befell the country, they could pound him with that, and they could take 4 years to get 2 or 3 decent candidates and put them up for to this year in 2024. But they didn't. It's amazing. Biden has been a great president indeed, as one of the best ever, and that Kamala Harris will continue his record of success until we reach the stage of pure communism. Oops, scratch that last part. They're not saying that out loud yet. It's true. Many Americans are distracted with other matters, busy with their own lives and not consumed with what's going on in Washington, and they should. That's the problem. Pelosi thus clearly thinks that if she and her fellow Democrats apparatchiks believes that the big lie often enough, they will persuade a good chunk of the electorate to vote for Kamala in order to continue the spotless Biden-Harris record of excellence, even as our once great nation falls to pieces around their ears. This, however, is another possibility, that Nancy Pelosi really does believe that old Joe has been a great president. And, I'll tell you the truth. You can't tell these people lie anymore. They're so good at it. But I think she really believes that. She was with the MSNBC reporter the other day. I saw the clip where she said, well, Joe Biden has created more jobs his first year, his 2 years as president, than Donald Trump did. And the lady went, well, there was the COVID epidemic. So what are you trying to do, be an apologist for Donald Trump? And this is MSNBC, who hates his guts, and she goes, I don't think you can make the case for this network being an apologist for Trump. And I laughed. Think that galloping inflation, open borders, and betrayal of an ally, meaning Israel, and the financing and emboldening of our enemies are all great things. This would require Pelosi to think that a weak and declining America was a positive good. Is that even conceivable? Of course it is. You can read the rest. It goes on about Barack Obama and his first campaign, and it's like ideal. One of the United States would no longer dominate the globe economically. It's just amazing. There's a book, of course, that they're mentioning there. Throughout his interminable 8 years in office, Obama seemed determined to make the post-American world a self-fulfilling prophecy. Obama went on to work his first day in office to make Zachariah's wishful thinking about America's decline become a reality. Yeah. Could Nancy Pelosi hold the same vision? Could she think that Biden regime is great precisely because it has harmed America? In pondering these questions, ask yourself, what recent policy that Pelosi has championed actually redounded to the genuine benefit of the American citizens? I think what they want, honestly, they want what is now, I should say, evolved into communist China, where you have the business acumen, because their economy is moving up, but also the authoritarian of a communist regime at the same time. It's a very interesting hybrid. And so far it's been successful. My understanding is China's on the edge financially as well. So this hit in the stock market the other day was quite a big omen. If there's any more hits going on, it will certainly hurt Kamala Harris. Now, would I want hundreds of millions, not billions of dollars in people's 401ks in their retirement to go to crap? No. But eventually that's going to happen. Their policies have determined this. And now they're trying to blame the stock market going down a few days ago on Donald Trump. It's been almost 4 years, Joe. It's you or the people that actually run the United States. And you're just a figurehead, a placeholder, if you will. And that's what Joe Biden really was. He was a placeholder. Get rid of Trump. We'll push our progressive policies, and we'll groom and get a good candidate for 2024. But Joe wouldn't leave. He wanted to run for re-election, would screwed up all their plans. And he was stubborn. And they finally threatened him. And he said, okay, let me finish out the term and not resign. And they said, fine. Then he turned around when he said he wasn't running again and endorsed Kamala Harris. And they were stuck with her. Who they would have picked, I don't know. If Kamala Harris hadn't run for president when Joe said he wasn't running, maybe Gavin Newsom would have done it. That's a likely alternative. But we're never going to know. Some of these guys like Newsom are young enough to run in 2028. We'll see, because Trump can't run again if he wins. That they know for certain. Anyway, folks, Mount Rushmore. Boy, if they put Joe up there, I'm going to rush right out there. I live in upstate New York, but I'll drive all that way just to see Joe's face carved next to Lincoln and Washington and Teddy Roosevelt. Joe Biden on the same level as Abraham Lincoln. These people are delusional. Delusional. Anyway, I just thought you'd get a kick out of this. Until the next time, God bless, goodbye, and good luck.